playing at an MVP level. A team that everybody has been doubting and dumped and dragged through the mud year after year after year. Now this might be your MVP frontrunner, and that is the one and only Baker freaking Mayfield. Guys, yes, that Baker Mayfield, the guy that everybody said was washed, toxic, done with football after bouncing around 4 teams in 3 years. Well, guess what? The man, the myth, the legend, he's back. He's playing his best football of his career down there in Tampa Bay. Guys, the Buccaneers are 4-1 right now. 4-1. And it's just not 4-1. They've won 4 games in the final minutes of comebacks. That's by far the most of any team in the first 5 weeks of the season since the NFL mergers in 1970. Baker's just not playing well. He's commanding his team. He's thrown for 1,283 yards, 10 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. That is a 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio for the people that are not very good with math. That is tied for 3rd most touchdowns in the NFL, 4th in passing yards, and he's completing passes with elite precision. Against the Seahawks last week, 379 yards, 4 incompletions. 4! That's the first time in NFL history a player has ever done that. So yeah, this isn't the same Baker that we saw in Cleveland or Carolina or in LA. This guy has matured, he's found his swagger, and finally landed in a place that lets him be himself. A freak of nature, the man, the myth, the legend, and Baker freaking Mayfield. Now let's rewind it just a little bit. Let's put it in the way back form just to make James just a little bit cranky. Because back in Cleveland, Baker was the cocky, fiery first overall pick. 23-year-old, chip on his shoulder, attitude on full blast. Fans loved him at first and then turned him in when the winds dried up. But down in Tampa, that same energy hits a little bit different. After the Bucs' 38-35 win over Seattle, a video surfaced of Baker jawing with Seahawks fans before kickoff. Fingers pointing, expletives flying, vintage Baker Mayfield. He told the fan, and I quote, "You're going to be real quiet at halftime." Then after the win, he found that fan again, went down while skipping down into the tunnel. Old Baker would have been criticized for that, but now fans are calling it moxie. They're calling it leadership. Like he said himself, early in my career, it was cocky and immature. Now it's moxie and he's a dog. Same stuff, different day. The only difference now is he is winning. And when you win, their narrative changes. Baker, been clear. He feels free in Tampa Bay. He said it multiple times. They let me be myself. And you can see it. His teammates are feeding off that fire. Wide receiver Shirley Shepard, who played with him back in Oklahoma, said it best. He's not scared to bite back at somebody trying to get at him. And we all love that. Everybody feeds off his energy. Even the defensive side, Hassan Reddick, who's trying to revive his own career, said, "We got nothing but confidence in Bake. He's balling, and he's unprecedented level. My MVP right now is Baker freaking Mayfield." Think about that, guys. MVP talk around Baker Mayfield. 2 years ago, that sentence would have been a punchline. Today, it is a legitimate conversation. Here's the part that hits home the best. Baker hasn't changed who he is. He has just matured into it. He's now 30, a husband, a dad, and a guy who's learned how to channel that chip on his shoulder in the right way. Off the field, he's Baker and Emily Mayfield Foundation is quietly helping smaller nonprofits across Tampa. He's given back. He's grounded. But come game day, that fire is still there. He told reporters that this week, at the core, I'm definitely the same, but I matured in different ways. I'm not worried about the little things that don't matter. But in a competitive football game, that will never change. I am unapologetic Baker freaking Mayfield. So guys, let's talk about it. Is Baker Mayfield an MVP candidate in the 2025 NFL season? And if we're being honest, yes, he deserves to be in that conversation. 10 touchdowns, 1 pick, 4 game-winning drives, and Tampa Bay sitting at the top of the NFC South post Tom Brady. And here's the best part. He's not chasing the MVP narrative. He told reporters this week, whatever's being said is a testament to the offense and the group we have. You have never done it alone. That's growth. That's leadership. This is no longer the Baker Mayfield story. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers comeback story. Baker has always been Baker Mayfield. The only thing that's changed is his context. He's not the villain anymore in Cleveland. He's the comeback story of the NFL season, a guy who went unwanted to unstoppable. And if the Bucs keep winning like this, the MVC conversation isn't hype, it's reality. So let me ask you guys this question. Has Baker Mayfield officially redeemed himself? Is he a legit MVP candidate or just another early season hot streak down there in Tampa? Drop your thoughts down below. This is a live interactive show. I want to hear from you and hear what you think at the end of the day. But before we head out, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time for at least the next 3 weeks until the end of the high school football season, and then we'll be back on the Friday show. So, guys, let's get into your comments. Oh, man, River.
Pigskin pun. Get yourself.
Says, oh, hell yeah. I love me some Baker Mayfield. I think we all love us some Baker Mayfield. Brandon says, Eagles defense not being able to slow down the Giants is surprising. Hey, don't ruin the game for me, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Hey, I got the game on pause. It's still 0-0. No, but if you guys are watching the game, definitely enjoy it. I do love me some live football games. Mellow Mike says, what we have seen is Baker growing up in front of our eyes. Who he was at Oklahoma/Cleveland is not who he is now. McVay rehabbed, get a McVay coordinator in Tampa. Listen, I loved Baker Mayfield at Oklahoma. When he went on to that Jayhawk and went out to shake their hands and say, no, we're better than you. And he like, yeah, take that. I knew right then and there Baker Mayfield was going to be a dog in the NFL. He was already a dog in college, right? Let's not worry about that. The minute he did that, I knew he was going to have that chip on the shoulder and be a dog in the NFL. I did not realize it was going to take him 6 years to become that dog or to have that team that respects that dog. But he is a very, very fierce competitor, and that's exactly what Will Olsen says. Baker is a fierce competitor, but the Buccaneers are overrated. The Niners will beat them on Sunday. That's going to be a great game. This is going to be a flashback to, early 90s-ish, right? When the Cowboys, 49ers, the Buccaneers, and the Packers were all kind of in that tangle, struggle hold type of thing. Yes, the Buccaneers did not quite last as long as the Packers and the Cowboys and the 49ers, but they were up there for a couple years, right? Old Man River says, I'm still pissed he isn't a Raider. Old Man River, who wants to be a Raider? Geno Smith doesn't want to be a Raider. Baker Mayfield certainly didn't want to be a Raider. Hell, Amari Cooper went to Las Vegas and saw old Geno Smith, and Pete Carroll's like, I'm out. Deuces. Nobody wants to be a Raider. So you can be pissed all you want. Baker would not be thriving in Vegas the way he is in being in Tampa. Let's just be honest. Mellow Mike says, Jerry Jones getting that 250 bird. This man lied worse than a politician. Was bantering with our fans. NFL. No, we read your lips, gave the bird, and your lips said F you. You ain't John Cena. Did Jerry Jones get fined $250,000 for that? That is tough. But Mellow Mike says Dak Prescott and Baker Mayfield are both front runners for MVP right now. I got to respect what you're saying there, Mellow Mike. Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind right now. Baker Mayfield is playing out of his mind right now. You know who else is playing out of his mind right now? Daniel Jones. Got to put respect on some Daniel No right now. Now it's still only week 5. Slow it down, baby. They play the Dolphins, Titans, and Raiders. Slow it down, baby. But hey, throw him up there. And James Frank says, let me pound it from my chest. Baker for MVP, damn it. Put some respect on the man's name. I agree. Joe Flacco for governor of Cincinnati. Slow it down. We're going to be talking about Joe Flacco here in a minute, old man. Remember, slow it down. And James Frank, I knew this was going to piss you off. He says, I'm still pissed Mayfield ain't a Cleveland Brown. I would be mad too. Actually, at football practice today with my man West and like Shay, we were saying, no, it was a player. It was Peyton, right? We were saying Baker Mayfield played with a torn labrum in his shoulder led the Browns to the playoffs. I think they were playing the Kansas City Chiefs that year in the playoffs at Arrowhead, lost to the Chiefs with the torn labrum, and then the next year you let the man go? You let him walk away? I think you did they trade him or let him walk away to Carolina? He was like, we out. Baker, you're too much drama for us. Yes, we understand you led us to the playoffs. Yes, we understand you led us on the hurt shoulder. Like, what? We want OBJ. We want OBJ. OBJ's dad just made a highlight tape of you missing wide open receivers, and we're taking him over you. That's what boiled it down to. And where's OBJ now? Suspended till week 12 of the NFL season for taking HGH. Who made the right decision there? Will Olsen said Geno should be benched for Kenny Pickett or Aiden O'Connell. Well, Aiden O'Connell's still on IR for the next 4 weeks minimum, right? Probably out for the rest of the season. But yes, Kenny Pickett should definitely start in Vegas. We'll be talking about that coming up here. See that down there, Will, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments down? We'll be talking about Geno Smith. Mellow Mike says, Daniel Jones, just treat it like an asterisk. When they face a real defense, he won't be the MVP list anymore. We'll wait and see. Mellow Mike, I want to tend to agree with you. But we won't see that till early November when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is our first true test of the entire NFL season. It's just, they have a very, very favorable schedule. And favorable schedule that is